Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Witches
And
Booze.
midnight margaritas
Yeah.
and booze.
Welcome. I'm going to take a drink though. We cheersed. We have to take a drink.
Yeah, we have to take
We
a
have to
drink.
take a drink. So today we're going to be talking about binding spells. Binding spells. When we were deciding to do this, there are actually two different kinds of binding spells that you might ever want to do. Now, I'm going to be mom of the year, and she's going to be grandma of the year, and we're going to give you little warnings.
Yes.
This isn't always a good idea,
Not at all.
but
Not at all.
you have freedom of choice, and you can do whatever you want to do. But you also have to remember, everybody has freedom of choice.
Yeah.
I'm putting that out to the universe.
Yeah.
Pick it up if you want to, or
don't. Yeah.
That's just what we're saying. These spells take a lot of energy, a lot.
They do.
And so, as we've said before, make sure you eat something
And drink something.
and drink something. You will need to replenish energy because this energy is coming from you.
And cleansing and grounding after.
All of the good stuff.
All of that stuff.
Yeah,
All
if
the
it's
stuff that we keep telling you to do it.
naked in the yard in the moonlight, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Yeah. So, we're going to start with a love binding spell. Here's my caution. Here's my caution. Maybe you're the witch in your group and your friends come to you for spells and things like this. Don't do this for them. Don't. They need to be involved. You can facilitate, but this is such a personal thing.
You can't really do it for them.
You can't do it for them.
In
No.
order for it to even work properly.
Yeah.
You can't. They have to be involved.
Yeah, and you shouldn't pay anybody to do this for you.
No.
This is such a personal thing because you are binding, if you're the one doing it, you're binding someone to you. Preferably, I would hope, someone you're in love with and they're in love with you,
Yeah.
but here I am,
Yeah.
not judging.
Actually, both parties should be involved.
They should be, but,
Just so that,
but the odds of that aren't good.
yeah.
So, let's say we're going to go on ahead. We've set up a little bit just to save some time. So what you want to do is get two candles, preferably red or pink, or red and pink, it doesn't matter. And you want to carve names into them. So this is Joe and this is Jane.
Which we've already done that.
Yeah, there's names carved in there.
Yeah.
And then you're going to want to dress the candles. You can't, it's a lot of it's fallen off on the front. You just put some oil on it, some herbs. We've got bergamot on there,
and
lavender on there, and it's good. So we've got it sitting on the tray here. We put a little bit of wax right on the tray so they would stay up.
Yeah.
And then you bind it together. So then you're going to put your circle of salt, which you can see we've got here, and any other herbs or flowers or anything else that you feel would be good in a loving way.
We've got some little roses here, so we're gonna set some little roses around here. Whoop.
I love miniature roses and I grow them every year, and so we end up keeping a bunch of them because why not, you know? So, yeah, these were pink at one time.
They're kind of sort of pink. I'm gonna do just 7.
Yeah, 7's good. Good.
An even number is
And-
a good thing.
And if you're the one doing this, like, what do you feel? You know, like, does your intended that you're binding yourself to, do they really like carnations? Do they like clover? Whatever it is, do what you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're going to tell you a lot, is you got to start using your intuition and do what you feel. You can copy spells all you want to, but you have to make them personal and do what you feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we've got. So now what we're going to do is we're going to light these candles. I just got to check my handy dandy notes here. And while you're lighting them, you want to say something to the effect of, I love you, I want to be together forever,
Yeah.
you're
I wanna be with
mine.
you, you're mine. All of that good stuff.
All of the stuff you're going to read in smut romance.
Yeah.
But add until the love dies.
Yes.
And the reason we're adding that is because every spell we write that can be potentially morally gray, we always leave an out.
Yeah, you have to have an out.
You have to have an out.
Yeah.
So go ahead
Because
and
how
write
many
that.
divorces are there and how many, things like that.
Well,
you
that's
need
just
to
it.
Be able to have an out.
That's just it. So
Not saying you want
light
it
the damn
to,
candles though while you're
Okay,
talking.
I'll
Yeah, we
not
gotta
talk.
keep this rolling.
But, all right. Sorry.
So
Body.
yeah, so I love you. We will be together forever. You're my intended. You're my soulmate. Whatever
That one's not standing up.
whatever smut romance has taught you recently, you can say that. But please say until the love dies.
Yes.
And here's why. We've lit these. Now, we're going to push this a little bit closer so maybe you can see. There's 2 flames. Eventually, the flames should become one, right? And it's going to melt down, and you need to stay with this until it's done. You need to. And you need to be watching whose candle is doing what. They should burn down even while they become one, okay? But if they don't, that's red flags?
Yeah, a little
Red
bit,
flags. So if one is burning faster, it's burning higher, it's, whatever, these are things you want to take note of. We're just going to let this go on ahead and do its thing. So what happens if you bind yourself to somebody and a year later you find out they're a real piece of shit and you're like, I was so wrong? But you're not trapped. You're never ever trapped because you put in the clause of until the love dies.
Exactly.
So when this is all done, what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a jar and you're going to put all the ingredients in the tray, including the burnt up candle bits, into this jar. And you're going to close the jar and put it somewhere safe, somewhere special. It can be on your altar if you have one, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, but undisturbed. Okay, undisturbed. So the love dies. Mr. Right was only Mr. Right now, and he's jogged on.
And he's not Mr. Right anymore.
Yeah, you need to free yourself from this. So the first thing you're gonna do is break this binding. And how do you do that? You take that jar of stuff and you take it to a graveyard or a cemetery. You bury it there and you say the love has died. That breaks this. You always want to have an out with things like this because otherwise you're doing a bunch of other hardcore magic.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have to do a cord cutting. And really, avoid the cord cutting. Just,
When you can just stop the spell.
yeah, you can stop the spell because remember, you're in control. And that's why you shouldn't do this for anybody. They need to be involved.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to own their little jar of business.
Yeah. That's
And they can decide anytime they want. The love has died. I'm out jogging on.
right. They can just stop it.
Yeah.
And
we're mouth breathers, so this is actually bouncing up quite a bit. But you'll see they are burning both quite evenly. So Joe and Jane, or whatever I named them, they seem to be quite compatible.
yeah,
They seem to be quite
they
compatible.
seem to be
Yeah. Oh, and it's starting to join together.
starting to join.
Yeah, and that's what you want. Like this would be nice at a wedding, to be honest with
It
you.
would be very nice at a wedding.
Yeah, or a
actually.
hand fasting. Yeah.
Hand fasting would be really good.
Yeah, so we're gonna scooch this over here so that we can keep an eye on it, or rather you guys can.
You guys can.
Yeah. And then we're gonna talk about the other binding spell.
Mhm.
And this is so easy, and it's one you would never ever have to break.
No.
So what you wanna do, this kind of binding spell is gonna bind somebody or stop them, or potentially control them from doing something. And it's not,
That's harming you in any way.
yeah, it's
Right.
not baneful or anything. It's really good against bullies, against a piece of shit boss, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So the best thing to have for ingredients for this is you want to have a piece of them, their hair, their fingernails, whatever. That is the best. Well, this next best would be putting that into a poppet,
Yeah,
like
Exactly.
a clay poppet or a cloth or yarn poppet.
Yeah.
That would be the best. If you don't have any of that business, if you have just a poppet, you can use that. If you have a picture of them, that will do.
That
And
will
if you
do.
have none of this, go ahead and write their name on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just write their full name.
Write their
First
full
and last.
name. Yeah. Do you have paper? No.
No, I should.
So, what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna use a full piece of paper.
Yeah, we don't really need to have a big full piece of paper. but-
No, you don't need to. So, we can make up anything. There's a guy named, oops, I can't even spell, Mike Hunt.
We have no idea who that is. It's very weird.
It's Mike Hunt.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I'm juvenile. I'm juvenile. So that's all we've done. Mike Hunt. And he's been an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's a bully. He's just not good. So what we're gonna do, when you're folding paper, you want to fold it away from you. All right? And we're gonna leave it long. Okay? This is Mike, Mr. Hunt.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna get yourself some black string. We don't have black string. We're out.
We're out.
We have to go shopping.
Yeah, but you do want to use black string.
Yeah. I'll let
When
you do
you're
that.
wrapping this, because you're going to wrap this, you also want to wrap it away from you. And you're going to wrap it 9 times. 2,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're going to just, I guess we're going to tie this in here so it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
I should have tied it on.
One really good thing to do with these two is to get 9 pieces of black string and tie them in knots all up it. And as you're tying it, you're like, fuck this guy. And just like yoink it and put your energy into this, right?
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah. But as you're binding this, because we didn't do that,
You want to say
you want to say,
all the things that are upsetting you about that person and what they're doing to you, because you want to put some energy into this.
yeah. So you want to say, I bind you, Mike, from doing harm to yourself, or doing harm to others and doing harm to yourself. And you want to do that every time you wrap it. I bind you,
Make a new
Mike.
one. Yeah.
I bind you, Mike, from doing harm to others and doing harm to yourself. 9 times. So as much as you would wrap it. Or tie it. Tying it is really good, especially if you're mad.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah. So that's what you're going to do with this. Don't burn it. There's no need for burning it. What you're going to do is now you've bound him. Okay? You want to immediately take it outside and bury it far away from your house. A good place to bury it would be at a crossroads somewhere. Anywhere you can bury it.
Anywhere you can.
Yeah, anywhere you can bury it, but so that it won't necessarily be disturbed. This is something you'll never have to reverse. You won't have to go, oh, he doesn't need to be bound anymore. Doesn't he though? Because we bound him from doing harm to others and himself.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty benign to me, but it's powerful. If you cannot leave your house and go bury this right now, put it in the freezer. But please don't fill your freezer with a bunch of stuff.
Eventually get it buried.
Yeah, make plans to get it buried because that's what's gonna really get it going, right?
Exactly.
A lot of people like to, especially on the internet, right? Like their answer for things is like, put them in the freezer. Put them in the freezer. I don't agree with most freezer spells because you're gonna have to clean out your freezer one day. You
You're gonna
know,
have all these spells in it.
and you're gonna have all these spells in there, and what happens when you take them out? Do you even remember what they were for?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a freezer spell is meant to pause, not stop forever, because you might as well just bind if you want to stop forever. A freezer spell is meant for a pause, like a pause in a decision, like I need a judge to delay a decision. I need someone to delay charging me money. I need a delay. And that's when you would use the freezer. That's pretty much the only time. You don't want to open your freezer and find 3 hexes and a bunch of other stuff behind your broccoli. Like, there's no point to that. Like, you're going to do you, and if you're happy doing freezer spells, that's great. But they were never meant to be a long-term solution. They are a pause. Like,
Yeah, just a short term.
yeah, like a freeze.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, and get going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you freezing meat and taking it out in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Something,
It's
know?
just that. So it looks like we're doing pretty good here. Joe and Jane
Good
might be
stuff.
soulmates.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're getting down to that string though, but they haven't really joined completely yet.
No.
Maybe it's romance later in life.
Maybe.
Oh, it's one of those things you gotta just be careful. Like, consent is a thing, you know. If someone's trying to bind someone to them that is clearly not a good idea, friendship should be in there and saying, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea. People are going to do what they want to do anyways.
Yeah, they will.
And that's the thing about free will, right? We can all do whatever we want to do. But as your local mom and grandma, maybe...
You just want to be a little bit careful what you're doing.
Yeah, maybe...
Because...
Yeah, it's not a good idea. And
really, no.
you really have to think about if you want to do a love binding spell, because maybe today you're infatuated, you know, but it's not always. And please, please, please don't ever use this to get somebody back.
No, don't do that.
If somebody chooses to leave, they're
Let
gone.
Let them leave.
Let them.
Yeah.
I know it hurts.
It's free will.
Yeah.
It's free will.
Yeah, I know it hurts and it's awful, and you could be numb
And you're hurting.
and all the bad
all
things.
all of those things, but you still need to let them go.
Yeah, do not do this
For
to
that
someone
reason.
that's already left.
No.
That's not good, and it won't be good for your mental health, because you'll be thinking, but I bound us, but I didn't. No, please use
Do not, yeah.
judgment and caution with this. And yeah, that's about all I can say about that.
Yeah,
it's not always a good idea.
No, it's not. It's really not a good idea.
Mm-mm. I'm just waiting for it to get to the first string here, to be honest with you. I'm on the edge of my seat. But yeah, there's a lot you can do. If you don't add until the love dies, which you should,
Yes,
you should always leave an out to all your baneful spells. This isn't baneful, but it could be, right? If you don't leave an out, you're binding someone to you. You're gonna have to do a cord cutting, and that's a whole other mess. Check out our previous videos how to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
And there's sometimes using your intuition, you'll just know things anyways. Like, you gotta throw some logic in with your intuition. You know what I mean?
It's the same with these. Like,
Yeah.
you want to be careful when you're binding for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can say all those things as you're wrapping, right? Everything that they've done to you and all of that stuff, and you should. But make sure that that's what you want to do before you do it,
Mm-hmm.
because, again, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a permanent thing. So
Yeah. We in our practice, we're old, right? Older.
I'm
we're
old.
aged like fine wine. We've made tons of mistakes. Tons. One particular mistake we made, which actually we turned it around to make it funny, and I don't mind saying this now.
Yeah. Okay.
Her and I were dating these guys, and we got it in our stupid fucking heads that we were gonna give them, what was it we were giving them? Luck?
Yeah.
Okay. We were giving them luck. Yeah, I'm not gonna describe too much about the guys, because I've like, it's with peace and love, go away.
Yeah.
So we did these
exactly.
little jars, and like they were
just little ones.
just little ones, and we were just thinking this was the best idea in the world. We were dumb as shit. So we ended up putting our hair in there.
Yeah, because witch's hair is lucky, right?
Witch's hair is lucky. So here we are, It's
Just a little
trim,
teeny
trim.
Well, they're still out there.
They're still out there, but and we're single now, so there's that. But it's funny because when we gave them, what I had said is, hey, I made this for you. This is for luck. Now, the guy that I gave it to knew we were close and we were, whatever, but he knew I was a practicing witch and he thought that was great. And it turned into his good luck charm.
Yeah.
And he was kissing it every night. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but cool, But I had also made it for protection. So the guy that she gave hers to had no goddamn clue
what to do with it.
what to do with
He was
it.
looking at it like,
Yeah, and we had them over for a barbecue, okay? And and her dumbass, not hers, but her man at the time, his dumbass is sitting there looking at it, not knowing what the fuck to do. And the guy I was seeing was like, oh yeah, no, I got one too. They're really lucky. And he's like getting all like metaphysical and everything, right? Her and me are just dying. And things didn't last much longer.
They really didn't.
No, and then we were thinking, hey, they have our hair.
Yeah.
This isn't good. But we turned it good because the guy she was seeing was so spooked of anything witchcraft.
Yeah.
Like and we used to do it to him on purpose, try to spook him out,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
honest with you.
Yeah.
But he was so spooked of it, we're sure he got rid of it.
Yeah, he threw it away.
But the guy I was seeing, he knew very well what it was, and it's his treasure.
Yeah.
So
he probably still has
he still I'm sure he does still have it. Like it's on his little,
But mine's out
this is
there
a rock
somewhere.
when I found when I was 3, and this is this. So with hers, we had to reverse that.
Yeah.
We had to because her hair was in it. But with mine, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because I still even though like it didn't work, I care about this person as a human being, right?
Yeah.
And I still wish them the luck and the love and the peace that I had put into this. And I know because of his personality that that's a treasure for him,
Yeah.
and it'll be a treasure his whole life. Plus, if I decide to astral travel, I can go to where my hair is.
Yeah, that's right.
But I don't. I wouldn't do anything like that. That's such an invasion, but I could. So anyways, where we got here,
We're getting to the one. Oh, there we go.
we are down to the first binding here. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the string we use is shit. So they look like they're pretty evenly matched though. Like this one's a bit higher.
They're pretty even.
Oh, Joe and Jane. Just a match made in heaven, aren't they? Look
to
at them.
join there.
Mm-hmm. So again, let this all the way burn down and keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want to walk away from the candle.
No, you don't want to walk
That's
away on
burning.
it. And gather it all up, put it in a jar, put it in a safe place. And then, should the love die, which
You know what
happens,
to do.
which happens sometimes, and I'm not trying to curse anybody,
No.
I'm just saying, eyes wide open,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's that. And that's that.
That's that. You just put it in a jar, put it away,
Yeah.
wherever, somewhere safe where you know that it is, and you're going to keep it there.
Yeah.
And then if something does happen, then you can put it,
Yeah.
take that jar and go bury it.
So
To
to
graveyard, preferably.
and then eat something.
And eat something after all of this.
So to recap, really question if you want to do this shit. Don't do it for anyone else. They have to be involved.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there.
The string's on fire. Once this is down, put it in a jar, sacred space. When you're saying, I love you, we're going to be together forever, always add, till the love dies. Should the love die? Okay, now you know what to do. Take that jar to a graveyard, bury it, the love died, everything is broken. If not, leave it undisturbed forever. Sounds good. Other binding spells. Always best to have a piece of whoever you're binding. Preferably. And all you say is, I bind you from harming others and yourself. You never have to stop that. you never ever have to stop that.
No.
And with
And that's a pretty simple incantation, so you just say it.
yeah, and I think it's in The Craft, the movie The Craft.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Then with this, you want to bury it far away from your house. But if you can't at the moment, throw it in the freezer for a bit and then take it.
Yeah.
And quit
Make sure you take it out.
and quit filling your damn freezer. Oh, there's business going on here.
Yeah, don't fill your freezer.
Can y'all see?
Odd.
Yeah. Joe's not a videographer, you guys. Okay. You can see there's a little drippy drippage there. It's almost down to the second binding. This is good stuff. So this could be anything, really. Oh, look at that, eh? Everything
they're
just lights up.
joining.
If you're not playing with fire, you're not doing witchcraft, to be honest with you.
Now they've joined.
I smell the lavender. And when it gets to this point, it's going to burn down really, really fast because, well, there's a big flame on top and it's really
there's
hot.
extra string that's going to catch on fire, so it's going to burn
Yeah.
the candles pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it's joined to one now.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And if you see, Joe is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
So that could have a lot of meanings. Like they're faster at growth, or they're just more into the relationship, or they're more self-sacrificing. What I'm reading from here is that this would actually have been a good relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
They're quite supportive. Look how tall that wick is. Holy God.
Yeah, that he would be very supportive of his partner.
Yeah.
I think.
If we set off the fire alarm, I'm gonna laugh. It's the middle of the night. We have roommates, right? Don't mind us. So yeah, now it'll go down really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
Which you want it to. And let it go down and all the way out.
Yeah. And you just pick up everything and put it in a jar or a container of some kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
No, it doesn't matter. If
No.
it's something pretty, that's great too. And
Yeah.
and just leave it. Leave it
box,
be
anything.
undisturbed. It's not something you want to disturb a lot.
Anything that you have on hand.
Yeah. And I think the most powerful way to do this would be with both of the people being present.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. I'm literally smelling lavender because it's all burning and going right into my face.
Smells good.
Getting kind of woozy. Oh, see, it's splitting just a little bit, so maybe they're going to have trouble when they're older. Be
Maybe.
separated a little bit.
If you look at it from the side, though, they're joined pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They are, but you can
Just
see.
the top, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and now Jane is like, I wonder if he had health troubles. Now she's got to shoulder the load.
Maybe. These are all the things that you're looking at, actually.
Yep.
When you're doing this. So.
Absolutely. See how fast that burned down? Like it's like taking forever at the beginning until it gets to the good stuff. But that's what life is, right? It's sometimes it seems so slow between the good stuff.
Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, where did that time go?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Mm-hmm.
Now the bindings are coming undone, which is okay because this is long term. This is age, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Mm.
Wonderful.
And you could also bring out your tarot cards, your oracle cards to do readings along with this too.
Yeah,
Just shuffle.
Oracle cards are good if you're doing it for yourself.
Oracle are wonderful. Yeah. Tarot cards, I find it's easier if someone else reads for you. It's hard to read your own tarot.
It is.
Because you always think it's lying. But then with oracle, like, and you can get them anywhere. You can get them at bookstores now. It's fantastic. Look at that.
It's not that warm.
Yeah, it might. But this is actually beautiful.
It is. It's very nice.
Yeah. It'll probably be out in another minute or two. But that's that's basically it, guys. And when you're gathering up all of this, gather up the wax pieces and stuff too.
Yeah, everything that's on that
Yeah,
plate.
everything.
Put it all together.
Yeah. And it should be well thought out. Like this one is actually very simple because this is just an example, right? But like you could have piles of stuff. Mind you, being careful of the flames. You don't want the whole plate to go on fire, right? But if you want lavender or cinnamon or,
Yeah.
you know.
Anything that you really, really like. A
Yeah.
bit of jasmine.
Yeah. Oh, jasmine would be wonderful.
Wonderful.
Especially for anointing if you get a hold of jasmine oil.
It's really, really good for this especially.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of jasmine, a little bit of lavender. You know, and you don't have to use rose petals. You can use other spices.
Yeah, you can, whatever.
And just whatever you have.
Use your intuition and what makes sense for you.
And what you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you like best.
I've never done this. I probably wouldn't do this spell myself.
No, me neither.
But I'm also 50. So I'm at the point where I don't want anyone bound to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna
Just
do
my
it at
cat.
70.
Yeah. But we've lived a life. That's the
Yeah,
difference,
already,
right?
so.
So I do remember being young and wanting things to last forever, right? But
Yeah.
such is the way it is. We don't have just one soulmate.
No, we do not.
Okay, look at that's beautiful. And it caused like this little river
Yeah.
going to the roses. Wow,
Kind of joining the roses.
They're
That's
a-
kind of nice.
they're a lovely couple.
They are.
What a lovely couple. This is actually beautiful. Which is funny. I wish there would have been a problem. So we could be like, see?
Yeah. But there's no problem.
There's
here.
no problem.
No, they're actually joining the roses. The wax is actually joining the roses. This is quite a good,
It's lovely.
lovely relationship, actually.
It's lovely. Joe and Jane. Was it?
Joe and Jane, yeah.
And guys, I just want to add, witchcraft has no gender.
No, it doesn't.
There's no gender. Witches can be anything.
Yeah.
It's not a gender neutral, or it is a
No.
gender neutral term.
Yeah.
They're not just women.
No, they're not.
Okay, that looks great.
Don't think you can't do this if you're gay, too. Like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's
No.
just whoever you love.
Being a witch has not, if you're gay, you're gay. Who cares? It's
Yeah.
just love is love. Doesn't
It's just-
matter.
It's just for love.
Yeah. I'm just a crotchety old bitch and don't want anyone bound to me. That's why I'm not doing it.
I don't want anybody bound to me either. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Not this way, though. Never done this
Yeah.
for myself.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to want to let that burn out. We're probably going to snuff it out because we're crazy and it's not, it's just an
not
example.
For anyone in particular.
Yeah, it's just an
It's
example
just
of a
an
spell.
example.
Yeah, but
So,
33 minutes we're going to jog on.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for our new subscribers. We really do appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We're just having a good time here. And
And I hope you're enjoying it too.
yeah, and we got lots more to share. If you have any requests of anything, let us know. We'll see
Yeah.
what we can do.
Absolutely.
We do have quite a thick book of shadows that we can draw on. And plus we make stuff up too, because it's all intuition. You'll be able to do it too, if you
Yeah.
don't already.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can.
So anyways, guys, have a good night and stay magical.
Stay magical.